The conflict in Ukraine and the question of its borders have deep historical roots, influenced by centuries of political, ethnic, and cultural dynamics. The modern struggle began in earnest in 2014, when Russia annexed Crimea following a contentious political crisis in Ukraine. This event marked a significant turning point, not only for Ukraine but also for international relations and the principle of territorial integrity. Historically, Ukraine has been a territory of strategic importance at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. It has experienced various forms of governance and influence, from the Kievan Rus in the 9th century, which is considered a cultural and political predecessor to modern Ukraine, to Polish-Lithuanian rule, and later control by the Russian Empire and the Soviet Union. Ukraine gained independence from the USSR in 1991, following a declaration that was overwhelmingly supported by its citizens in a referendum. The Euromaidan protests in late 2013 served as a catalyst for significant change in Ukraine. The protests began in response to then-President Viktor Yanukovych's decision to suspend an association agreement with the European Union, which many Ukrainians saw as a step away from aligning with Europe and towards closer ties with Russia. The protests culminated in February 2014 with Yanukovych fleeing to Russia, leading to a power vacuum and a crisis that Russia would exploit. In March 2014, in the wake of Yanukovych's ousting, Russia annexed Crimea, a move widely condemned by the international community. This annexation was justified by Russia under the pretext of protecting ethnic Russians and Russian speakers in Crimea, despite the fact that the majority of the populace did not support such measures. The annexation led to widespread sanctions against Russia and a reevaluation of security policies in Europe. Following the annexation of Crimea, conflict erupted in the eastern regions of Donetsk and Luhansk, where pro-Russian separatists declared independence, supported by Russia. This conflict has led to thousands of deaths and has triggered a humanitarian crisis, displacing millions within Ukraine. The European Union has consistently maintained that Ukraine's borders cannot be changed by force, emphasizing the importance of respecting territorial integrity and international law. In response to the ongoing conflict, the EU has provided political support, economic aid, and has implemented sanctions against Russia. The EU's approach underscores a commitment to a rules-based international order where nation sovereignty and borders are upheld. In recent years, the situation has evolved with ongoing negotiations, peace efforts, and a fluctuating military presence in the region. The Minsk agreements, aimed at de-escalating the conflict and providing a framework for peace in eastern Ukraine, represent the collective efforts of Ukraine, Russia, and international mediators. However, compliance has been inconsistent. As of 20.